me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. You got me saying words in my head, filling my mind with these images. And it's the way that you look at me, makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh no, it ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right.
Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. How are we all today? Hopefully well rested after our epic flight into London Heathrow last night. If you weren't around last night and didn't get to see our Heathrow VATSIM special flight, do go and check it out at some point. Never have we held over London and the English Channel for quite as long as we did last night. VATSIM UK did an astonishing job. There was literally a plane landing sort of every 90 seconds and they ushered them in for 2-3 hours solid. Really amazing stuff. So big shout out to those guys before we go any further. Today, not expecting anything quite as dramatic or busy. We're heading to Torino in Italy. Looking forward to that. We're here in Manchester, where, as you can see, it is a glorious day. Weather down in Torino is pretty similar, but there's a chance of thunderstorms a bit later as well. So, who knows? Could be interesting if we need to divert because the thunderstorm sits itself over the airport. Well, that wouldn't be good. I've got a not a school run today, it's a nursery run, but not for much lighter, so fingers crossed all will go to plan. So welcome on board everyone, whatever you're doing this Wednesday afternoon. Hope you will stick with us, and let's just come into the chat. Good afternoon, Danny, Wally, Mark, J-Hog, hello, hey Liana, good to see you, hey Kevin. Fraser 1850, I'm doing very well, thank you for being here as well, Fraser. Good to see you. Christian's here as well. Currently flying over Algeria, very nice. And welcome to Sam, Pilot, Tim, Indigo, Virtual Sim Pilot, hello, hope you're well. Zero and Tom Lambert as well, and don't forget our viewers over on Twitch as well. Hey Matt Simfly UK, good afternoon to you. Last night was great fun, wasn't it? So hope you enjoyed that as well. The operational flight plan, as always, pinned into the chat. If you want to go and check that out, we're going to get on board and start doing our brief, start letting the passengers on, all the usual sort of stuff. For what should be, I use the word should because it never turns out this way, what should be a nice, steady, relaxing flight. Interestingly enough, I think we're departing today from runway 23 left at Manchester, which is not something I do very often, but I think some ATC's got us on 23 left, which is quite realistic actually. Manchester, when it's busy in real life, use both runways, and why not? They spent all the money building it, so they might as well use it. Let's get on board then, shall we? Right, much quieter. Here we are then, just check aircraft's in its usual turnaround state, and we can see the catering's being loaded on at the moment. It's really warm, so let me just see what we've got. If we have a look at the temperature pages, yeah, you can see the flight deck's heating up somewhat. The doors are open out back because the catering's coming in, so that's all right. Let's just, I'll tell you what, let's just get rid of that, and we'll let a little bit of fresh air in, shall we? See the temperature already dropping. That drops incredibly quickly. the air's blowing into the sensor, the temperature sensor, which I think it's located there in that vent. So cold air's whisking in. Anyway, enough of that. Let's continue. So just say we're in a turnaround state. So nav logo lights, they're on as they should be. Just checking they are actually. Oh, Simbox doesn't appear to be working. That's strange. Why is that not working? Alright, well never mind. So yeah, that's on. Acupressure is good. Flaps, spoilers, parking brake, that all goes as well. Alright then, so that's fine. Let's have a look at our brief, and we'll also get the weather as well. Starting, have we got any ATIS knocking about? It doesn't look like we do for some reason, so instead we're going to have to grab it from here. Hey Danny, says nice route, not flying off into these kinds of airports. No, they fly lots from Orly, Algeria, etc. But nice flight from Frankfurt. Is that for Christian? Is that where you're off to? Nice. So here we go. Let's just update this, get the latest one. Right, Manchester is, wind is 310 at 11. It's varying 27034, so westerly, northwesterly. It's cav okay, isn't it? And 16 degrees, QNH is 1027. Hey Tobias, I'm good, hope you are well. Alright, so that's Manchester, and if we have a look currently, what have we got? Yeah, there we go, so Torino, we've got vicinity of few thunderstorms, so we're going to keep an eye on that as we're going. Given that we've got a few thunderstorms, that's going to influence how much fuel we're going to take in case we need to do do something with that. Alright, let's look at our operational flight plan, and we'll go through all of this. So here's all of our usual stuff. We've got what, 15 tons of 15 tons of payload then today. The alternate is Milan, Malpensa, which is okay, but we'll need to check that weather because I imagine that's going to have a similar kind of weather because it's not that far away from Torino, is it? Just looking at the underload as well, so that's just about 2 tons. Cruise flight levels 3-3, tailwind, that's good. Tropopause is nice and high, cost index is 4, yeah, 2-3 left, expecting 3-6 as we come in. That's fine. Verob 3 Bravo arrival. Just make a quick note of that. So what have we got? We've got about 7 tons of fuel, and if we're going to throw some extra on, we probably don't want to take much more than, say, well, I don't know, 2.8 is the maximum we could take, but we're not going to take that much, otherwise we'll actually be too heavy to land. Let's take an extra, let's throw an extra 1.5 tons on there. I think we don't need another 2 tons, but yeah, I'm reckoning 1.5 tons on there would be good. If we just delay that decision for a moment and scroll through our flight plan, because the terrain's fine until we start to get to Milan. There's the Alps very close to this airport, so let's just have a quick look. So we've got Milan, we've got Zurich, and we've got Marseille. Is that Marseille? Lima Fox Mike Lima? I think that's Marseille. And we've got Lyon as well as the alternates. So let's just see what the weather is for all of those. We've got Torino, which we know about. It's Linate, not Malpensa, sorry. So Linate at the moment, it's got a few CBs, thunderstorms as well. So as an alternate, that's probably not the best idea, is it? What's Marseille got? It's Cav okay. So that's got a few CBs temporarily. Becoming winds when it's 0 at 10. Again, few CBs, and later tonight it looks like the winds are going to get up and we're going to get thunderstorms there. So Marseille is potentially looking like a better option than Linate. Let's have a look what Zurich got as well. Actually Zurich's looking fine as well. Lyon, yes, that's tomorrow morning for their thunderstorms and rain. Okay, so it looks like Zurich and Marseille are the better options. What fuel does that give us then? So Marseille is an extra 600-700 kilograms. Zurich is an extra 0.5 ton. Lyon is 224. Okay, so we'll talk about this en route with regards to making a decision as to if we're going to have to divert because of the NAF weather and things. But we're going to throw in plenty of extra fuel, and if we have a look at the SIGMET charts. Here it is, look, yeah, there you are. So we've got turbulence as we get down over France. Then there's the Aslet Embedded cumulonimbus clouds going up to, we're not going to escape those, 49,000 feet. So it's not looking great, but you can see that Zurich and Marseille just on the edge, as is Lyon. Actually, Lyon's also looking like a very good option. We could just decide, you know what, we're not even going to have a go if the weather's that bad. But let's tell the crew what we're going to load then. So if plug fuel was 7, let's take 9. Yeah, let's take 9 tons, and that should be fine. In fact, maybe not quite 9, just because this aircraft doesn't burn fuel as realistically as the real thing. So let's go with 8. Let's go with 8.7, and that should be fine. We're not going to be above maximum landing weight when we go in then. So 8.7 tons. is what we're going to take. Okay, so that's all done. We'll continue setting up the box. Hey to you guys just coming in. Hey Elliot, hey William FS, good to see you. Mad Matt UK, hello as well. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Oh look at that, it's freezing inside the flight deck now. It's 17 degrees. It's 16 degrees outside. Okay, now I think pre-departure clearance is also available to us, so let's contact Scottish Control and we'll do that. As we do that as well, let's tell GSX and the crew that we're ready to start boarding.
Cabin crew, we're all happy with how things are up here, so the doors and start letting our passengers on board. Thank you.
That's a bit quieter. Okay, so pre-departure clearance, where are we? What gate number are we at? Gate number 8. ATIS ID, they've not provided one, so let's just put in Alpha, Aircraft Type 320, and Echo Golf Papa X-Ray. Echo Golf Papa X-Ray. I'll just tell them we've planned a 3-2 left departure, because they were using 3-2 left in real life, so if we can do that, that would be nice. A gate number, did I put the gate number in? Gate number 8. There we are. Okay, let's send that off and see if we get a reply in a little bit. And let's continue with the setup then. So QNH is 1027, that's fine. Guard frequency, yep, that's on. All of this is fine. What else we got? Constraints, initial climb out Manchester is 5,000, or it is for the one that we've planned. And then let's go set up the box. So IRS, 3.5 greens, aircraft status, CFM, correct engine cycle, and let's do the init. William, am I without a job now because of the frequency of the streams? Do I stream too much? Do you, is that the problem? Nearly. Please tell me who Nearly at London is. Oh, that's just made my stream. Hi, Nearly from Nearly at London. Good to see you. Okay, voice procedures. Alright, fine, close that. Let's continue setting all this stuff up. We'll contact ATC in a moment. So ground temperature is 16. For anyone who doesn't get the Nearly at London, well, the stream yesterday was epic. 41775 is our tropo. I grab the winds and IRS in it. Just check stands number 8. 5321.6 and 216.5. Perfect. And we're planning to cruise flight level 330. Temperature is 48. Right, so given that we may not get 2-3 left for departure now, I'm actually just going to contact ATC, let them tell me what it is they're doing. So 13552, let's give them a call. Scottish Control, good afternoon. Easy34 Alpha Mike on the ground at Manchester, stand 8, type A320, requesting Alpha closest file to Torino, and we have QNH 1027.
Easy34 Alpha Mike, Scottish Control, hello. I don't actually cover Manchester, and I don't see any Manchester control on, unfortunately, so it's going to be Unicom 122 definitely.
Okay, that's a shame, no problem. We'll speak to you another time. Easy34 Alpha Mike. Ah, that's unfortunate. I thought Scottish Control did do.
Centre, good morning.
I thought they did do Manchester. Oh well, never mind. Shame we're not heading north. All right, well in that case we'll do what we want. Runway 23 left, and it's the Samba 1 Yankee departure. And then we're expecting ILS. I think it's going to be ILS Zulu. I was just looking at these. There's only really the go-around that is the main difference with these. So the full arrival is Verob 3 Bravo, and then actually, if that's the full procedure, Verob 3 Bravo, then it wouldn't be the Zulu approach. It would be, what's the full procedure? It is that one. It's the ILS X-ray approach that we have in the box. So ILS 36 X-ray, that's the one. Verob 3 Bravo is the arrival. Right at the very bottom, look. And coming in via, yeah, it will be the CSL, won't it? Let's insert that. Alright, so our operational flight plan has 684. We've got 707. Let's just check and have a look at that. So, that's fine. Check what this arrival looks like. Yeah, so we've got a nice nice teardrop approach. Fair enough. Right, RadNav page, not much at Manchester. There's Manchester VOR, and in case things go wrong on the departure where you have to revert to raw data, Honolly is the other VOR that's used. Right, on to our init B. So, have we got a load sheet from dispatch? Let's have a look. There we go. So, 59.1. And our C of G is 30.7. Now, fuel for our alternate. Let's have a look. So, alternate fuel, we've got 1.3 in there. However, Leon's looking like a good shout. So instead of 1.3, let's go 1.5. Let's call it 1.6. And then we'll do the fuel planning. So as I say, we're going to tell our ground crew that we're going to take 8.7 tons of fuel. On 7.2, we're going 8.7. And that then, with the alternate fuel, gives us an extra 45 minutes, which sounds good to me with the weather that we've got down there. So, takeoff weight is 67.6. Right, let's have a look then at our takeoff CFG's 29 straight on it. And let's do our departure performance. So let's have a look at that. So if we're going 23 left, then parked here, we'll taxi down, it'll be Papa, crossing 23 right, and then it's going to be full length, isn't it? Yeah, full length on Tango, so we might as well work with that. So full length. Oh, let's fill out these fields first. So 23 left, dry, flaps 1, all of those off. Takeoff weight is 67.6, the CFG 29. Grab live weather. Full length is 3050 and Tango is down here. Now, I'm not going to plan for a Tango departure. Let's just go with our full length departure. Hey DC, good afternoon. Hope you're well. So 494951. Flaps 1, and what was the flex? 64. Okay, let's pull up SimSmart and get the engine out stuff. So, Manchester, 23 left. Remember, of course, this is the A320 Neo performance calculator, so it doesn't matter what values we throw in there. Those V-speeds are invalid and not usable for this aircraft, only for the fly-by-wire aircraft. So this is what is usable though. Thruster acceleration 1232. It's got 1227, 1227. That's fine. We're not going to quibble over 5 feet. And engine out procedure is standard. 1800 feet is a left turn to the Dane holding point. Okay, let's pop that in. So secondary. Copy the active. E out SID. Create a waypoint to pop in here. So Echo Golf Charlie Charlie. 23 left. What's our departure track? It is 231. Oh, what did I pop in there? Oh, did I put the mileage in? 15 miles out. There we are. Store that. Now use that waypoint we've just created. So that's just 15 miles straight out. And then Dane is next. Enter the hold at Dane, and inbound is 312. And the hold consists of right turns. We did that enough last night, didn't we? Sorting holds out. Yeah, and then obviously if we've lost an engine, back to Manchester we come. And that'll be 2-3 right. No start. No veer. Check that out. So go A out SID, left turn Dane. There we are. Wonderful. That's all looking fine. Right, box is filled out. We're ready for the brief then. So, weather for our departure at Manchester is gorgeous, isn't it? So, winds are 31011, varying from the northwest. It's Cav OK, QNH 1027. Weather en route is fine till we get over the middle to the south of France and start to approach the Alps. And at that point, then it could get a little bit bumpy. And then for the arrival, well, stormy potentially. We've got thunderstorms knocking about, and we've got yeah, basically isolated CB, so it could be quite turbulent coming in. Shame the weather radar doesn't work. That's the only thing that's currently in up on our aircraft. No times for the departure here out of Manchester. Threats to be aware of for the departure, nothing really, just lack of air traffic control, so keep our eyes out and ears open for other traffic on Unicom. No real terrain to speak of here at Manchester either, because we're departing away from the terrain. There's a bit of terrain behind over to the east, but that's the Pennine Hills, but we're obviously going in the other direction. So yeah, pretty straightforward here at Manchester for this departure. MSA is 2,400. So with our taxi, we're stand 8, so we'll push back facing south then on on Lima, and we'll taxi out. It's going to be a Lima Papa, cross runway 23 right to Delta Zulu, and then from Delta Zulu we're going to take Tango, and then we'll depart runway 23 left. In fact, what we'll do then, we'll take Tango, actually we'll take Tango, we'll take Sierra, and then we'll hold at Victor Alpha 1. That's actually got a holding point there. Aircraft do get sort of cleared for takeoff from Tango. We could hold at Tango 1, that'd just make things more easy, wouldn't it? Yeah, go on then, we'll hold at Tango 1 instead of doing all of that. Alright, so that's the taxi out. Single engine taxi, then we could do, it's lengthy enough, isn't it? So yeah, okay, we'll go single engine taxi for that. Departure then is straightforward, no speed restrictions, it's straight out. First turn will be to the right, noise abatement 2, and the initial climb will be to altitude 5,000 feet. MSAs will already said 2,400. I think that's pretty much it for the standard stuff. Say there's no speed restrictions, so we'll just clean up and accelerate away on schedule. That's the standard stuff then. So the emergency brief is pretty straightforward for this one. It's a standard engine out procedure, so we'll pull the heading bug should we lose an engine, and we'll trim the aircraft out, climb 12.5 degrees pitch following SRS, and we'll once passing 1,800 feet get to make a left turn into the hold at Dane, and we'll get ourselves safe at Dane 4,000 feet, and we'll come back into Manchester expecting runway 23 right for the landing if we need to do it. The only other thing I see on here that I should probably touch on is no turns below 760, which is fine. Right, that I believe then is the lot, and I now think everyone's on board. We can start getting our doors closed and powering our aircraft up.
Hi Gavin, all the passengers are on board and we're ready to go. I'll bring you a cup of tea after we've taken off.
Great stuff, thank you very much.
Hey Elliot, been getting used to some of the new noises and alarms in the Phoenix. Worrying that you're hearing the alarms, Elliot. Different feel to the fly-by-wire. Also didn't realise the CEO has a different flare law. Does it? I don't think it does. Except the A321neo, that does have a different flare law, but the A320s should be the same. Yeah. Okay. Let's. Oh God, it's getting warm, isn't it? It's because I've closed that window. Let's get the APU on. Start cooling the cabin down.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, may I welcome you on board this Easyjet aircraft for your flight today. The ground crew and the fueling crew have all finished, and we're just about finished with all our cockpit preparation up here. The cabin crew are making their final checks as they work through the cabin, so if you could please get yourselves sat down comfortably with your seatbelts securely fastened, and give them their full attention as they begin their safety briefing. A big welcome on board today to our Easyjet Sim Pilot members, who of course are welcome to free complimentary drinks throughout the flight. Once we reach our cruising altitude, our cabin service will commence, and the cabin crew will be able to provide you with drinks, snacks, and merchandise throughout the duration of the flight. Once again, I'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with Easyjet today.
Okay, ground, we can now disconnect our GPU and remove chocks and cones.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
So, cockpit preparation checklist.
You found the door without question, thank
Aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 8.7 tons balanced. Seatbelts are on. Deer's got 3 navigating via RF QNH is 1027, 250 feet.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Here comes the tug driver. 122.8. We're on to Unicom. Let's make the call. And so, Manchester traffic easy 34 Alpha Mike is stand 8, pushing back, facing south on Lima.
Locking gear.
Beacon light on, transponder on. Acupressure's good. Doors are becoming armed now. So the before start checklist: parking brake is on, takeoff data is confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors are closed and armed, beacon light is on.
Release parking brakes, please.
Elliot, it might just feel different because of the yeah, it might just feel different because of the different way the
Release parking brakes, please.
fly-by-wire and the Fenix team have got their stuff set up, but the actual law itself should be the same. However, the 321 Neo
Release parking brakes, please.
is different.
Stand on 1, push back start, face yourself on Juliet Echo.
And parking brake is released.
Release parking brakes, push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Nose steering is disconnected, and let's get ourselves started. So, engine mode selected to ignition, starting engine 1. Hey, Chris Cooks. How you doing, Chris? Hey, Leanna. Didn't realise you were in the chat. Hope you're well.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask for your attention while we take you through the safety procedures on this aircraft. A safety card is in your seat pocket, showing exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and brace position that you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 2 emergency exits at the rear, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the front of the cabin. Floor lighting will guide you to an exit. Please be aware that your nearest exit may be behind you. In an emergency, leave all cabin baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown. It must be fastened when the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it fastened at all times.
Parking brake set and starting engine 2.
Pull the mask towards you to start the oxygen. Put the mask over your nose and mouth. Hold in place with the strap. Pull on each side to adjust. Put on your own mask before helping others. If we land on water, take the life jacket from under your seat. Put it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist. Click together and pull the strap to adjust. Do not inflate it inside the aircraft. When outside, inflate by pulling the toggle. If it fails to inflate or needs topping up, blow into the tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. We also carry flotation aids for children. Your tray table must now be stowed, armrest down, window blinds open, and seatbelt fastened. We wish you a
Tow
pleasant
truck
flight with
disconnected.
Easyjet.
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
So just wait for the ground to disappear. give him a wave, and then we'll do the after start
Manchester traffic.
flows and checks.
7 Alpha Victor. We are fully established on the LS runway 23 right. We are 17 miles out.
Studog, yeah, no, GSX is great. You certainly don't need to be on VATSIM to use it. I think it's brilliant just for the pushback alone. Lots of custom profiles you can get now, download on flightsim.to. That's exactly what I do. So you don't need to go and set it all up. Lots of people have done all that work for you, which is really neat. Right, I have no idea where the ground crew's gone. Where's he gone? Is he? Oh, he's there. Look. Right. And he's done. Alright, engine 2's happy, so engine mode selector to normal. Let's get that on. That can come off, anti-ice isn't required. Set our trim. About there anyway, to be honest. And the after start checklist, so anti-ice is off, ecom status is checked. The pitch trim is 28.6 and rudder is neutral. I was going to do a single engine taxi, but decided we're not going to do that because we've got quite a lot of stuff going on here, lots of other traffic as well to watch out for, so let's just concentrate on getting to our runway. Let's do our flight control check. I've got full left, full right, and neutral, full up, full down, neutral rudder, full right, rudder, full left, and neutral. Manchester traffic, Easy 3 for Alpha Mike is taxiing runway 23 left via Lima Papa, crossing runway 23 right, Delta 2, and then we'll hold Tango 1. Correction, Delta Zulu, then we'll hold Tango 1. Can't read my own writing.
Love you, Vit.
Okay, quick pet check, no LMCs. We've still got, obviously, dry figures, QNH, no change, so it's going to be the same flex departure that we planned for. Engine out is standard straight out, and then 1800 feet, so left turn to the Dane hold. That's in the secondary flight plan. Departure is Samba 1 Romeo from 2-3 left, full length. Correction, Samba 1 Yankee. Samba 1 Romeo's 2-3 right. Samba 1 Yankee via 2-3 left, straight out, noise abatement 2. And first turn will be to the right. Initial climb 5,000, no speed constraints, so we'll clean up as normal as we go. Annie Songall at Sea, thank you so much for your £5 super chat on our stream today as we begin our taxi out heading to Torino. Really appreciate that, Annie, and thank you for being on board as well today. And I think you were here last night as well, weren't you, when we were going into Heathrow, so hope you enjoyed that as well. Really do appreciate that, Annie, it's very generous of you.
Manchester
Thank you for your support.
7 Alpha Victor, 5 miles out, runway 23 right.
Right, we've got a taxi checklist to run, but let's get ourselves somewhere sensible to do that. Hey, Nolex, speak to you soon. See, when they do use runway 23 left, though, it ruins the viewing at the airport pub.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512 on base flag for runway 24 right, going to be landing from the ILS. Any traffic crossing runway 24 right, please advise.
Well, there's definitely traffic needing to cross runway 23 right. Okay, well, now's a good time to do the...
7 Alpha Victor, short final on 23 right.
How short? This way we need ATC. Anyway, taxi checklist. Flight controls have been checked. Flap setting is config 1. FMA, we've got climbing up blue, 152, 5000 blue. Radar frequency is on. ECMO, we've got takeoff no blue. EFB is stowed. We'll get disconnected as well.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512 to EC3 Alpha Mike, confirm holding short, 23 right.
That sounds like a call sign very similar to my own. So is this the Lufthansa, I think, that was coming into land? I reckon a couple of aircraft could probably cross then, once they've gone. So, go, go, go!
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512 on short final 4, runway 23 right.
A short final, how many miles do we reckon that is? Short finals usually 2 or 3, but I can't see them anywhere.
Manchester traffic, Lufthansa 7 Victor Alpha is vacating runway 23 right immediately.
Watch last station, Airbus entries 1512, have you in sight just behind you. About 7 nautical miles behind you.
7 miles? Come on guys, cross, cross, cross.
Manchester traffic, EZ180 Oscar, taxi to avoiding point. Papa 2 via Lima, Papa, and hold short.
Correction, 3.5 nautical miles, 43 right, my apologies.
5 miles is still enough to get across. Can anybody see an aircraft?
Manchester traffic, EZ19 Lima crossing to the right.
Go for it.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512, have our last 2 for right southwest.
And Manchester traffic, Easyjet holding at Papa. You'll be able to cross runway 23 right.
Last station if possible, can you continue to hold for Airbus entries 1512? You should have the insight now.
EZ1887 crossing 23 right.
And Airbus industry is on final runway 23 right. Just give mileage please, how far out?
Last station will do, just checking our FC. Last station, the Airbus entries 1512, just checked and it says we are on a currently less than a 5 mile final.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, Manchester traffic crossing runway 23 right. Five miles is plenty of time to cross.
Last station if possible, can you continue to hold? We have green sight.
The Manchester traffic, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, has crossed and cleared runway 23 right. In plenty of time.
Manchester traffic, EZ180 Oscar, I'll give the permission to defer the Easyjet and I'll cross runway 25. Manchester traffic.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512, down a 2 nautical mile final for 23 right on final approach.
Manchester traffic,
Easy-19 Lima, we're going to continue on Victor and hold Victor Alpha 1.
And Manchester traffic Easy-34 Alpha Mike is now on Tango, holding behind the Easyjet at Tango 1.
Easy-1887, line up runway 23 left.
34 Alpha Mike, can you confirm you have us in, so we will be to your left.
Easy-34 Alpha Mike has crossed runway 23 left. Correction, runway 23 right. Yeah, short final's not 7 miles out. So I think that's where a bit of confusion came. The Airbus industry said that they were on short final.
Airbus entries 1512 after our arrival, caution of wake turbulence on runway 23 right for the next 5 minutes. As our aircraft type is going to be A350 1000.
Sounds like a nice aircraft. And Easy-34 Alpha Mike behind the departing Easyjet on runway 23 left. We will hold runway 23 left currently at Tango 1.
Easy-1887 taking off runway 23 left.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512. I believe we have Easy-34 Alpha Mike and the car is a Easyjet inside.
No, you don't. Manchester traffic Easy-34 Alpha Mike is lining up to hold runway 23 left via Tango 1. So, 2 minutes for the departing Easyjet. We just need to give him a bit of time. And the Easyjet as well. There could also line up behind us.
1512, vacating runway 23 right when able.
So apparently that's an A350. If the model matching has worked. So we're going full length, which is just here. That's what we planned for with our takeoff performance. Aircraft that's taken off ahead of us obviously not going to the same destination, I don't think, although maybe, could be. He's following the Samba 1 Yankee departure, so potentially. Digen 237, yep, we're off to Italy. And the lineup checklist, so cabin is secured for takeoff, takeoff runway is full length runway 23 left, TCAS to ARA and packs 1 and 2 are off. Paranoia check on there.
Manchester traffic, Airbus entries 1512, vacated runway 23 right, caution wake turbulence on the runway for the next 5 minutes. Manchester traffic.
Alexander, flight time's around 1 hour 45, something similar to that.
Manchester traffic, Speedbird 180 Oscar is after the Easyjet taking off our lineup runway 23 left. Manchester traffic.
Right, that's 2 minutes. Let's go. So, take off. Start the chrono. 50% M1 set. And engine stable set, take a thrust. And flex SRS. And engine number 2 critical. Checked. God, this runway is almost as bumpy as 23 right. V1, rotate. Nav. Gear up. Just climb, climb. Autopilot 1 engaged, that's enough manual flying. Let's get the packs on. Passengers will be getting warm. And S-speed. Let's clean up. Get the other pack on. There we go. No air traffic control, so let's just clear ourselves. We'll go flight level. Whoops, daisies. Let's go flight level 200. Bouncing around a bit.
Manchester traffic, Seabird 1
Up climb, flight level 200.
Lining up runway 23 left, after departure.
Viz, the reason for turning the packs off before takeoff, it just improves aircraft performance. Not all airlines do that. It's airline dependent on their standard operating procedures. Trinity 237, so the charts I use are Navigraph charts, and they have all the Italian, well, they have all the airports really, so yeah. That flight's in play. Is it due to COVID that packs used to be turned on during departure? So if you mean when passengers were on board, yeah, so the APU was usually started, and the packs were on whenever passengers were basically on board. That was due to COVID. That, certainly for the operating procedures I follow, has now sort of ended, and we've gone back to pre-COVID, which is basically just get the APU on as late as possible, saves on noise pollution, and obviously better for the environment, saves on fuel as well. Alright, so spoilers, flaps, gear, lights can come off. We'll ding the cabin crew, and that will signal to them they can start getting prepped with your drinks for our flight this afternoon. What an amazingly clear day. It's been like this for the past three days here in England.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened while the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Manchester traffic, Seabird 180 Alpha, taking off from
This includes e-cigarettes.
Manchester traffic.
Okay, so we can clear out our RadNav page. File 330 is going to be fine for us. Also, it was actually 35. So, given the conditions down in Torino with the thunderstorms, saving fuel is not a bad idea. So let's go for higher than planned. We'll go flight level 35 and 350 blue. That's done. Performance. Cost index of 0, and secondary flight plan, we'll just have a look, and it might still be worth leaving that in for a moment, because if something goes wrong we could just head back to Dane. So we'll leave the secondary flight plan in for a minute. Now, I've said I'm going to go up to 35. We'd planned 33, but if we just go to our fuel page, so 2,000 below, 4,000 below, oh, that's fine. So hopefully we should have a better fuel economy by flying a bit higher. Let's get the seatbelt signs off now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has now turned off the seatbelt sign and you are now free to move around the cabin. We do recommend, however, when in your seat, that you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times in case of unexpected turbulence. The toilets are now available. Please contact a member of the cabin crew if you require assistance. Thank you.
Christian, set the new cruise in the prog page. I think because we have set a higher flight level rather than a low one in the FCU, I thought it was going to update it automatically. I thought it did. Maybe you need to be in cruise stage before that happens. But there we go. Let's update that then. Yeah, I forget which phase it is, but if we were at 330 and then we dialed up 350, that would automatically change. You must need to be in the cruise mode for that to happen. Right, we're on our way. We'll keep an eye on the weather in Torino, and hopefully the skies will be kind when we get there. And Jordan is redeeming champagne. Is that for everyone on board, Jordan, or just yourself? Nothing123 on Twitch. How do you get the Star Alliance ground crew with GSX? So that is courtesy of well, that's just part of GSX. You can select which ground crew you want. I mean, GSX, if nothing else, has got an unbelievable amount of different ground crew liveries available. GSX, Star Alliance being one of them. So yeah, you can just sort of pre-select that. Hey, David Butler, good morning. William redeemed toilet. I need to create that, don't I? Fruitbat, you've just overflown Innsbruck. It's really moody weather over the Alps. Yeah, the storms are building. Storms are building, aren't they? D91, thank you so much for the follow. A working weather radar would be a really good thing to have on a flight today. Really would. But alas, we don't have that. Dark Fury says William, we're not on Ryanair, you don't have to pay for the toilet. Bob Pilot 1 says, last night was excellent. Learnt more about holding in the A320 than any other video. Well, we did enough of them, didn't we, Bob Pilot? So I guess you were here last night. I really enjoyed last night's flight. I was going to say it's the chaos of it all just made it exciting, but you know what? It wasn't chaos at all. It was superbly handled by the VATSIM UK team at Heathrow and London. They're fantastic. Brian King is what part of Phoenix 2? Surely not the toilet. Hey, A320 lover, I'm loving the new name. Says my MS control doesn't work after you've tried all the tutorials and it doesn't work. That sounds frustrating. Right. The main thing is, A320 lover, make sure you've got the correct binding set in Microsoft Flight Simulator, because there are different thrust lever values you can use, the throttle control axes. I forget which one it has to be set to now without going in and having a look, but if you haven't watched it, I'm sure you already have, but if you haven't watched it, A320 lover, there is a full tutorial on this channel as well, which hopefully should get you going. Bob Pilot was organised chaos. It was superbly organised. Oh, the weather radar, Brian. No, because the weather radar, Brian, is down to Azobo to let third-party developers sort out, and obviously at the moment they sadly haven't done. Jordan, will I be doing more event streams in the future? Last night was phenomenal. That's why I wanted to do it last night, Jordan, because a lot of the big events usually take place at a weekend, don't they? And as you know, I've got a fairly decent sized family, so I spent time with them at the weekend, and so I kind of miss all those big streams. So when I saw they were doing that last night, I thought, let's go for it. Alexander, were the V-speeds a bit high for an A320? What, the ones we used today? No, not at all. What were they? Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. Oh, 14915. No, not at all. So remember V-speeds, your V1, if you're thinking V1's, you know, quite high, remember it is the highest speed you can reach while you still have got enough runway left in front of you to stop. And the closer you can get to sort of VR, which is where you're going to lift up. So if you can get to the speed you need to get up to rotate, and still have enough runway left in front of you to stop, well, that's the plan. They want it. The technical phrase is using a balanced field for your takeoff, and that is using as much runway as possible, accelerating almost as slowly as possible, so you're not causing extra wear and tear on the engines. So accelerating slowly up to your rotation speed is ideally the way to go. Essentially, you want to try and use as much of the runway as possible. Hey Talvin, oh mate, thank you so much for your support with the super chat. Saying flying to London City, you were at the British Airways behind us. Talvin, what aircraft are you going into London City in? Need to take the ATR into London City, don't we? That could be a fun stream. That could go very wrong. That might be a members only stream. William, enjoy your whiskey. A few clouds building up over there.
In just a few moments, we'll commence our in-flight service, offering you the chance to purchase a selection of hot beverages together with drinks and snacks from the bar. We accept payment in pounds, euros, most major currencies, and debit or credit cards. The correct change would be greatly appreciated, and if we could be of any further assistance, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Oh, right. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to sort a couple of things out. What did I miss? So, Liana, you like the quick, powerful takeoffs better as a passenger. I can understand that. Dark Fury, you've done an Easyjet livery for the ATR. Well, that's realistic. Are you going to do an A381 as well when that comes out? Flight Sim player, if the Discord link isn't working, then do let us know. I don't know if anyone else is having an issue with that. Christian, you're off the African coast. Is it full of cumulus clouds? Nice fluffy clouds. William, does the Fenix do automatic step climbs? No. I mean, the Airbus doesn't. Does Boeing? I don't know enough about Boeing. Michael, you're off to Lanzarote from Manchester. Excellent. What's that? Is that about a 4-hour flight? And Talvin, mate, thank you again for your support. You're in the A318 going into London Heathrow. Fantastic. You could do the old Speedbird 1-ops, couldn't you? Although you'd need to probably heavily modify that. Across the Atlantic in an A318. Christian, you're now cloud surfing at flight level 360 with some serious high-level cloud coverage. What did the Sigmet chart have cloud down there showing us? Can't remember, but it, depending on where you are on the African coast, Christian. Well, they're going up to 49,000 feet over the north of Italy. Some high-level weather indeed. Lana, you think it's a really bad idea for the plane to do automatic climbing descents? It doesn't know if you... Yeah, this is the thing that I never understood. So everyone was... well, when the Phoenix came out, those that were new to Airbus, but were familiar with Boeing, were all asking, you know, oh, how do you get it? It's not automatically descending. Why isn't it auto-descending when you reach top of descent? I was like, Airbus can't do that. Airbus doesn't do that in real life. Why on earth would you want it to do that? The only time I could see that being used is when air traffic control say to you, when ready, descend flight level blah 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 to be level by blah blah blah, and only then can I see that as being useful. But then you just do it anyway. So yeah, not a fan of that part of the automation. Michael, sadly it will be a 737. Oh, can't help you then if anything happens and both pilots eat the fish. Hey, Captain HMW, I loved your comment earlier. Did I get enough rest according to the rules? Yes, I did. Hey, Matt Varley, good afternoon to you. Welcome on board. Alexander, how's the weather looking in Turin? You're flying from Alba to Turin. I reckon you'll get there before I do then. I'll have a look at some en route weathers and things when we get to our cruising altitude. Kevin, does when ready translate to at top of descent? Yeah, absolutely. Or, you know, if you want to get below your profile for whatever reason, because I know you want a bit of extra time to slow down if it's busy and you envisage being kept high on the final approach for whatever reason due to traffic, then yeah, it basically means at your discretion. When you're ready, then yeah, you can go down. If top of descent is where you're happy to go down, then absolutely a top of descent. That's when you pull for open descent or push for managed speed in the Airbus, of course. God knows what you do in a Boeing. Probably press about 19 buttons and then it eventually goes down. Airbus, just hit the one. Oh, look! That's where we spent last night. Actually, that's quite ironic seeing that in the daylight now. Think how much time we spent holding over here coming in. That was essentially our flight route last night. If you follow the mouse, that, then that, then that, and then round and back in. Barney asks, any plans to fly to Almeria? We do need to visit. You see, Barney, I'm not sure how long you followed the channel for, Barney, but I did a line check a year ago. In fact, another one might be coming up in September. And Almeria was the destination. So, yeah. If you find the line check flight, Barney, you'll see us coming into Almeria. Man about UK, that's the METAR at the moment from 29 minutes ago. Winds 280 at 8, varying 230330, visibility 6 kilometers, thunderstorm, rain, clouds, few clouds, 400 feet, CBs broken 4,500 feet, sorry, 4,000 feet, broken 4,500 feet, temperature 21, 2.50 QNH, 1012. Okay, we'll keep an eye on that. This is where we need the weather radar, because if you've got thunderstorms over the airport, well, we're not even attempting to land there. We'd circle and hold until they blew away, if they moved away. You don't want to be landing because of, well, why? This is going to sound like a really daft question. Why don't you want to land in a thunderstorm? What's the danger? Remy, can you fly another time to Corfu? I think we've done Corfu in the past. I mean, everywhere that you guys mentioned, we'll have either probably done in the past, or we'll have to do it. Stuart, have we got any rudder calibration settings you could share? So my rudder is literally just linear. That's pretty much. So the answers come in regarding what's the biggest issues regarding thunderstorms. So yeah, you know, I'm actually really impressed. I was waiting for people to say lightning strikes, which, yeah, okay, they could be a pain, but no lightning strike has ever knocked an aircraft out of the air, to my knowledge, unless someone wants to correct me on that. But yes, wind shear is the biggest problem. The wind shifting. Obviously, we know that wind shear certainly has brought aircraft down in the past, and yeah, it's those downdrafts. Not good. Right, I would imagine we're probably at cruise now, are we not? Yep, so that's it, 350. Let's sort this out. Cost index of 4. Let's do a fuel check at Midhurst as we're about to cross that. So, what extra fuel did we take? So plug was 6.9, and we took 8.7. So that's 1.8 tons extra. With the contingency, an extra 0.2, so that is essentially 2 tons extra, so that's nice and easy to work out. We're getting to Midhurst now, so we should have 6.8 tons. What have we got? Doesn't get much better fuel planning than that, does it? Remy Chow, so what is wind shear? Good question. Wind shear is basically a very quick and dramatic shift in the wind direction. So if you are, let's say we're flying and we're 3 miles out, we're at final approach speed, and we've got a 20 knot headwind, all that extra wind blowing over the wings giving us lift, and the wind then shifts and suddenly becomes a 10 knot tailwind. Well, we've suddenly just lost a lot of lift, and with that, down you go, and potential to stall. You've then got the wind behind you as well. It's not going the direction you need it for that air blowing over the wings. So, and you're so close to the ground that it's happened before. Was it an American Airlines? Was it American Airlines? I've forgotten I can picture the aircraft now, and it crashed on finals to, I want to say, Buffalo Airport in the USA. That might not be right, but I'm sure someone will correct me in chat and know which aircraft I'm talking about. It was a 737, I think. Talbot, I'm excited for the Aerosoft A330. It's going to be very interesting to see that alongside the Headwind A330, isn't it? But yes, definitely looking forward to that. Titanic, can we fly to Glasgow from anywhere? We've done Glasgow quite a few times, yeah. Note 123, you didn't get the option to choose the ground crew operator. It may already be selected for you then if you've got a profile already set up. But of course you can use the parking editor to go in and manage those. France, no time to do the return today, I'm afraid. Elliot, we're live on the big studio screen. Do all your co-workers think you're insane? Just show them this picture here and tell them your wife's going on holiday and she's live streaming it. Go on, try it. See if they believe you. Entities, why do we set cost index 0 in the climb phase? That's just a standard operating thing. Not all airlines do that. That is a gorgeous view of the English coastline, isn't it? Nice and detailed. Dark Fury, am I on about the US Air coming into Boston? I don't think so. That one doesn't ring a bell. Jordan, can't complain about the weather we're having in the UK at the moment. Almost 2 weeks of non-stop sunshine. I know, I'm going to have to go and water the garden before the hosepipe bands start to come in. Dark Fury could have been southwest. I'm going to have to find it, aren't I? Mike Palmer's got it. I think it was Delta 191 at Dallas Fort Worth. Yes, I think it was that one, Mike. That's the one. Rock, thank you so much for your kind comments. Hope you've enjoyed the videos, and of course, great to have you here on our live stream. Looks nice and calm down there, doesn't it? Right, let's have a look at some en route weathers then. Where are we going to be bypassing today? Let's see. So, my choices. Paris is a good one. Lyon is another good one. Let's see what's happening in Torino as well. I think Milan might be a bad idea as an alternate. So, let's check those out. And it's all, let's see, there was also a US Air flight with 1016 at Charlotte, North Carolina in 94. Yes, and Leanna, that's it, it's the microburst. That's the one I was thinking that brought down the Delta aircraft. And that's, yeah, Darkfield's just confirmed that as well. Is that the one that basically, it just, yeah, pushed them down to the ground? It, so with a microburst, you've got loads of headwind, you then have a downdraft pushing you to the ground, and then as you exit it, you've got a tailwind, so you've lost your lift. Incredibly difficult to get out of that situation. Which is now why we have sort of the wind shear warnings. Okay, so Paris, that's Cav okay. That's more free if we have an issue now. Lyon, winds are pretty much straight down the runway, and that's all okay as well. What's happening in Turin then? Thunderstorms, rain, 6 kilometers, few CBs at 4,000, broken 4.5. Alright, we'll have a look. We'll have a look. Tell you what we're going to do. I am going to just go Mach 0.8 because our fuel's fine. And I have got the kids to pick up later, so if we do need to divert, it would be nice to actually be able to do it rather than just say, well, we've had a go, but sadly we're going to have to divert, and then not actually do the diversion. So I'm going to try and just give myself a little bit of extra time as we fly. Hey Matthew, please, how you doing, Matthew? Hope you're well, mate. Not spoke to you for ages. If the Delta crew had known what we know now about the escape manoeuvre, then they wouldn't have come within 500 feet of the ground. We practice this manoeuvre every time we can through the simulator. That, Matthew, I think pretty much sums up aviation in general, doesn't it? What we know now is usually at the cost of something else or someone else. And that's, yeah, that's aviation through and through, sadly. Accidents are even worse if we learn nothing from them. John on Twitch, sorry mate, missed that question. Have I flown to Copenhagen? Yeah, we've done Copenhagen quite a few times, always a fun place to go in. Oliver, you bought FS Realistic and you're using my profile. Adds to the immersion. Thanks for the recommend. You're welcome, Oliver. Hello, Shogun 789. Thank you for the raid on Twitch. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. Probably worth touching upon the wind shear sort of escape maneuver. So if you hear wind shear, it's toga. We can rotate the aircraft full back pressure. Don't change the configuration of the aircraft. If autopilot is on, you can leave it on, and obviously if not, then you're flying that manually. Lots of airports now where wind shear and thunderstorms are quite frequent, they have the Doppler radars looking for it at you know, just based outside the airport usually. So if you get a wind shear, if they detect a wind shear, they alert the air traffic controllers, and obviously they can then pass that on to the arriving aircraft. Oliver, where have I gained all the knowledge? Sort of lots of it was gained before YouTube was a thing, so I've always been a bit geeky and reading, and then a lot of it as well is having friends who do this in real life. So sadly, my eyesight meant that I failed the Class 1 medical, but knew a few people that carried on, and so basically, yeah, it was through that, and of course not forgetting the amazing HD who has taken things to a completely other level. Oh, Dark Fury, you're questioning me now, aren't you? Oh god, right, wind shear. So you've got predictive wind shear, reactive wind shear. I think I'm going to have to check this out because I'm sort of not. I've not got this committed to memory, but it's quite low down. I want to say it only sort of works once you are between, I want to say 1,500 feet and 50 feet. Below 50 feet, it doesn't. So Matthew, great to have you back in the chat, mate. If you're able to, just remind me what are you flying these days? You were going through the change, weren't you, recently, so to speak? Dean, you've done a couple of flights lately with the Phoenix where you've hit an invisible brick wall crossing the threshold on approach. I've never had that, Dean. Pilot Dan, mate, thank you so much for your £1.99 super chat and saying thank you for all your videos and tutorials. Pilot Dan, you are more than welcome. Thank you for being here. Hope you're enjoying the recent live streams that we have. We've done pretty well with live streams recently. I am away this weekend though, so there won't be any this weekend. Oh, Matthew, that is music to our ears. I knew you were CRJ a while ago. What's this rubbish? I knew you were CRJ. I thought you were 7.6, but I thought you were still on the 7.6. But you're now moving over to the 320. Well, Matthew, you've come to the right channel. That is awesome, Matthew. Great to hear. I mean, you may not be a fan, but I would be very interested to think what you think of the A320 now. Having been Boeing, having been CRJ, and now A320. I mean, this must just be like an absolute breeze for you to fly, mustn't it, after the CRJ and 7.6? Tell you what we didn't do at Top of Climb, we didn't check the SD pages. They're all fine, nothing's broken, stills, nothing's broken. Hydraulics are working, that's a nice page after our members streamed the other night. Everything's working. Fuel 6.3 plus 2.3 gives us 6.787. Yeah, so new fuel leak. APU. Temperatures are okay. Brake temperatures are fine. Everything's working. All systems normal. Excellent. Matthew, not having a stick between your legs every day and the tray table is indeed a plus. Yeah. But so many people ask this, which one's the better aircraft, Boeing or Airbus? And you'll be able to answer this properly now, Matthew. So you've done Boeing and moving over to Airbus. Would you not think that is the easier way to do it than doing Airbus and having to move to a Boeing system? Because Boeing fries my brain. Whenever I look at the MCP, as they call it in a Boeing, and compare it with the FCU here, I just think, God, this is easy. There's hardly anything to press. Where Boeing, there's just a wash of buttons, and do not get me started on the overhead in the Boeing. Jordan, we can always redeem a failure. Go for it, Jordan. Are you rich enough? When was the last METAR update from? Let's have a look. Right, what's that? So that's 15:50. That's about 20 minutes ago. So visibility has improved. However, to the southeast of the field, visibility is down to 3.5. Thunderstorms, rain, few clouds, 3.5, broken. QNH 1012. Oh, who's that that's just shot ahead of us? That's quite neat. Who are you? Is that another Easyjet aircraft? They must be absolutely motoring, because I'm at Mach 0.8. The anything they ever certainly reduces pilot workload.
Traffic.
We've no TCAS RA. What's going on here then? 500 feet beneath us. Is that aircraft climbing? 400 feet beneath us. We'll turn left for traffic then. Surely that guy's just literally overtaken us. Okay, TCAS RA, I have control.
Clear of conflict.
Right, thrust climb, open climb, and 370 blue. I knew that we were going to be okay at 37, so yeah, that's going to be fine. Oliver, mate, that is an incredible donation. My apologies that I just missed that whilst we were just dealing with this TCAS. So we're in heading mode obviously at the moment. Just monitor that for a second. Oliver, mate, that is an incredible donation. Thank you so much for your time. Pound Super Chat saying thank you for making great videos. Learned a ton over the last few weeks. Just wanted to show my appreciation. Keep up the great work. Oliver, thank you so much. That is really generous and very kind of you. And great to have you on board as well. A lot of the streams that we've done recently, so do appreciate that. Okay, so nav's armed, Mac alt start. I'll resume navigation, Ramsey. Hey Pilot Ellis, co-joked, how do I zoom so fast? It's just the mouse scrolling wheel that I use for that. If anyone's got Volanter open or anything like that, the aircraft in front of us then, are they going to the same airport? Alexander, main difference between the Fenix and the fly-by-wire? The Fenix is just a little bit more complete, so things like your cost index work, your secondary flight plan works, you've obviously got failures, more ECAM warnings, things like that. Elk Chocolate, they're from Gatwick, that's fine, but where are they headed to? Chris, that's the main difference, £50. Very worth it, I would say. Very much worth it. Hey, Colin Evans, good afternoon. Oliver, have we done a flight to Reykjavik before? Yes, we have. I think Orbex has got scenery for that. So Alexander and Chocolate, yeah, they're headed to Torino. Fair enough. Is that pilot in our chat? Hey Pilot Dan, you've just upgraded the PC and now you're loading Microsoft Flight Simulator. I hope you get the result that you're after, Pilot Dan. Okay, I'm going to go direct now to Madiv, I think. Let's just have a quick look how that would work. Actually, we're going to go direct Mockip. So, let's go direct to Mockip. We'll use our beam points as well so we can keep an eye on the fuel. Let's insert. Torino approach has just come online. Excellent. That's what we want. What's our arrival time looking like? 16:11. That might drop now. Hopefully. GV, you heard us checking online with Scottish Control earlier. Yeah, I did. For some reason I thought they controlled Manchester, but they obviously only control north of Manchester. What's really confusing is Manchester's approach. Once you get out Manchester approach, you're into Scottish Control, so similar call sign. Dean, is probe window heat required to be switched on during the cruise, or does it depend on where you're flying? So Dean, the probe window heat button, which is up here, is only really used when you're on the ground, because when your engines are started, the probe and window heat is automatic in the Airbus, something else you don't have to worry about, whereas you do in the Boeing. So you only turn this on when you're on the ground and it's cold and you've got ice on your windscreens and the pitos are frozen and that. You just want to pop those on to melt all the ice off, but then once the engines are started you can turn that off because it's on automatically. Christian, you should be at Moneb, southeast of Limp at 15:58. Oh, we're going to fly over Mont Blanc as well tonight, or this afternoon rather. Excellent. Billy, any idea why runway is not showing on your FMA during takeoff? Most likely because the runway you're departing from does not have an ILS frequency. If it doesn't have an ILS, it cannot show you the runway. Ah, Matthew, depends on which Boeing. The probes are auto-heated on takeoff after the 76 on the 767 as well. Oh, fair enough, Matthew. So my Boeing systems knowledge is pretty much non-existent. Yeah, so Billy, NTK, that was pretty much exactly the same as we had with our departure today. Runway 23 left at Manchester does not have an ILS, so we just got Manflex and SRS. There was no runway. Alexander, is Zulu time same as UTC? Technically, yes. Yeah. Tristan Easyjet is Greek, it's made with love. You're not Stelios in disguise, are you, Tristan? Hey Sasha, I'm doing well, thanks. Hope you are as well. Right, let me have a look then at fuel and sort of in-flight fuel management here. So, here we go. Here's the ATIS. ILS approach Zulu is in use, runway 36. We'll update that in a second. Transition level 75. 220 at 8. 8,000 meters visibility. 3.5 to the southeast. Thunderstorms. Rain. Few clouds. 3.5. Broken 4. QNH 1012. Runway conditions. Code 555. Contamination. Wet, wet, wet. Airport information. Nautical miles east of the field. You have information alpha. Right, so 5 by 5 by 5 then. That's quite useful to have a look now then at doing a landing performance calculation. So what's our landing weight tip to be at the moment? So if we work on 59.1 is the zero fuel weight. Landing weight is planned to be 63.6. Let's call it 64 then to be conservative. So it's 555. Let's refresh the meta, apply that. 64. Auto brake low should get us in fine. That's with an 8 knot tailwind as well. That's interesting. So the winds really have spun round. Were they using 3.6? Runway use 3.6, yeah. Tailwind with thunderstorms around. Interesting. So we've just changed the approach as well because of the ATIS. We'll vector ourselves in. Is it just tower that's come online, or is it the approach? Oh, approach is online, so we'll probably get vectored in. That's fine. Alexander, UTC ETA is 16:09, so about 10 past 4 UTC. Local time in the UK about 10 past 5, so that's in about 50 minutes or so. Oliver, you saw an A320 Air France fly from Paris to Gander in Newfoundland yesterday on flight. Really? I'd love to see that. Interesting route. And V2 Rem, thank you for the raid as well on Twitch. Hope you're doing well. So how far away is Urset? That's 13 miles, so we can just help with our descent planning if we pop that in there. Radnav page, what have we got? I think we've just got the CSL VOR, which we can pop in. And we'll put limb 360 in. Let's get that latest weather popped into the box then, shall we? So currently QNH is 1012. Our temperature is 19. Winds 220 at 8. And it is still Cat 1 conditions, because visibility is the deciding factor, which is 106. Hang on, that can't be right. 1034. I say airfield elevation is 934, so it's not going to be 106, is it? And we'll land fully configured, I think. The winds aren't strong, but with the runway conditions, let's keep it a fully config so we have the slightly slower VAP. London controller, hey Jamie mate, how amazing! Thank you so much mate for the raid. 284. Wow, Jamie, that is a whopping raid. How are you still alive after last night, by the way? Because last night was just incredible. I think we hit every hold going, and you you stacked us and stacked us, peeled us off perfectly. It was like peeling layers of an onion off. It was amazing. And to be honest, you know what? The hold wasn't that long. I think we were coming in sort of round about the end of the event. I think we were still in the hold at 10 o'clock. And at that point, things started to die down a little bit. But when you saw the stats as well that you guys in London had to deal with last night, well, that was just crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, unbelievable stuff, mate. Fantastic. And thank you once again, mate. Thank you so much for the raid coming in on Twitch. Hey guys, welcome. You join us as we are currently sat over France, just setting things up for an approach into Torino, where apparently it's a bit stormy. So we've got some thunderclouds to deal with. We've just done a landing calculation. We're also going to be landing with a bit of a tailwind as well. Torino don't like to use runway 18 because someone put the Alps in the way. So runway 36 it is. That gives a bit of a tailwind, and yeah, it's going to be fun. So Jamie, you had an 11-hour day of streaming yesterday. that is incredible. And you're back today. Oh, I think I'd still be in bed. Must admit, you did give us the laugh of the evening though, as we tried to all work out where the guy coming from Newcastle actually was. In the end, we decided he must have been going to Londonderry. But yeah, that was that was awesome. Glad we had. Glad we were in the hold with nothing else to do at that point. Right, we're pretty much getting ready to do our brief here. We've got, what, we should be on the ground, if all being well, we should be on the ground in about 45 minutes, if all goes as planned. So mate, thank you so much. That is an amazing raid from the one and only London controller, Jamie, who surely now must be heading to bed. And thank you so much, guys, all you coming in and hitting the follow button as well. Really amazing stuff. Thank you so much, everybody. Right, what we got? Top of descent is probably in about 110, 115 14 miles. So, I don't know this airport that well in terms of where we're coming in, but the main thing is let's not crash into the Alps as we do it. So, we can see highest peak there as we're coming in, and yeah, so the plan will be we're on the 3 Bravo arrival, which actually is probably not the best idea. The best one would probably be 1 Alpha. The approach control is online anyway, so they're going to tell us what it is they want us to do. Jamie, no mate, didn't see that, but you can drop me a DM on Discord or something if you wish, and I'll pick that up. But yeah, if we do Vera 1 Alpha, then you kind of get taken over, so you've got extra time to descend rather than flying the full procedure. The other thing approach control might just do is pull us off at Vera and get us in. But with that, obviously, we just need to make sure that we don't get down too soon. Particularly if we've got thunderstorms around here, those Alps might be occluded by the thunderstorms, so be aware of that. Get terrain radar on, and that will help us as well. Right, let us do our full brief then. So, starting with the weather, let's have a look. So, we've been talking quite a bit about this. Our winds currently 020 at 5. They've just died down a bit actually, so that's not a bad thing. Yeah, so winds 020 at 5, that's now a nice headwind, perfect. 8 kilometers of visibility, we've got the thunderstorms, we've got the rain, we've got CBs at 3.5, scattered 4,000, broken 8,000, temperature 19, QNH is still 1012. Aircraft is still all behaving, sadly we don't have the working weather radar, but what can we do? No NOTAMs that are going to affect our getting today. Threats to be aware of, well, we've got several. So obviously we've got the Alps, which are more or less directly to the north and the west of the airport, so situational awareness, let's be aware of that. And the other thing then is of course the weather coming in. Now if we had a working weather radar, we'd be able to see just where those thunderstorm cells were located. Are they going to be over the airport, or is there going to be sort of a gap to get through? If you've got a thunderstorm that's just dumped right over the top of the airport, then we're not really going to attempt to get in because of things we've already discussed, wind shear, microbursts, that kind of stuff. And let's face it, this close to the Alps, that's not a good idea. So that's going to be our biggest threat. We've got ATC online to assist, so that's great. So in the box at the moment, according to our operational flight plan, we've got runway 36. We've confirmed that is the one that is currently in use. We're going to be doing the 3 Bravo, which does take us over the field, and then sort of the teardrop approach to come in. Main thing with that is we don't get lower than flight level 130 until we get to, that's the lowest we can get to, flight level 130, until we've got to the CSL VOR. Now, I'm also aware that with ATC online, we might not fly the full procedure, which is fine. It means we probably want to get down a little sooner. Can we get down sooner? No, we've got the Alps in the way. So we're just going to have to perhaps slow the aircraft down so we've got time to descend without, racing forward. So energy management for this kind of thing is probably another little threat to be aware of. So, other things we can do to sort of help with our situational awareness. If we have a look at the fixes page and just go through what's our platform altitude for this, I think it's 4,000. Yeah, 4,000. So if we just type in the runway 36 threshold, pop that in there, and then put the 12-mile radius in. That means that if we now just have a look on here, whatever we get vectored in, as long as we are below or at 4,000 feet as we cross this, then we are going to be on the glide slope. If we're above it, then we're going to have to do the glide slope from above procedure, and we just need to hope that that's going to work for us. Obviously, if not, then we'll have to bin off the approach, go around and do it again. But yeah, just having that ring there can really help as we get a little bit closer in, and again it's all about that situational awareness. So how are we going to fly this approach? So my plan would be, if we're doing the if we're going to have to do the full procedure, the plan would be we'll get down to well, 130 by CSL. From there then it's a procedure back in. Hang on, let me just show you, it's easier on here. Oh, actually we've not got it in by CSL. Ah, no I didn't. I ignored the CSL via, so we could vector ourselves in. Right, so ATC is going to get us in, but yeah, we'll basically fly downwind. I will probably configure very early for this, so if we get flaps 2 out, we've got all that extra drag, which means we can lose altitude after we've passed the Alps, and then we can get down 4,000 feet. Gear down, and we're pretty much then established. Obviously if we've got CBs to avoid, that could also be a problem as well. So this is almost going to be one of those approaches which you're just going to have to sort of be aware of and maybe react to on the fly. So things that, anything we can do and prepare ourselves for, do ahead of time, then that's the way to do it. Basically trying to stay ahead of the aircraft rather than letting the aircraft get ahead of us as we go along. Okay, so basically configuration for this is we're going to configure early flaps 2, and that will help us get down. Let's have a look at the approach in general. It's a normal 3-degree glide, so that's fine. Runway width is 60 meters. Okay, so it's a really wide runway, so just be aware when we're coming in, don't lose that visual perspective because of that. We've also got a displays threshold as well to be aware of, so you know, we're not aiming to touch down here. We want to really pay close attention to those pappies. It's got them, they're also set to 3 degrees, so that's fine. And then when we're coming in, it's auto brake low. We've already done our landing calculation. We're going to vacate. Most likely, I would imagine it's probably going to be Bravo. If not, and we get off at Charlie, that's great. And then we're just backtracking on Yankee. It's not a long taxi, so we'll probably not need a single engine taxi in as we go. Let's have a look at the go around in case we need it. So go around is straight out on runway track, climbing 4,000, then at 2 miles CSL at 1,500 or above. It's a right turn, max 220 knots. If we just have a look at our speed, that's probably going to be flaps 1, isn't it? Yes, we'll do that at S speed. Right, so I think that's most of our briefing done. Now let's just take into account the fuel. Fuel at the moment we've got just under 5.3 tons. At what point do we decide that that's not going to work and we're going to have to go somewhere else and divert? Well, I've already said that diverting, we're probably going to look at Leon if we need to do it. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Right, so Leon would require an extra, let's call it 300 kilograms of fuel on CNR. What is CNR? CNR was for the alternate, which was nominated as Milan, which has also got rubbish weather. So I would say at 3 tons we're going to bin off. If we can't get in because we're stuck due to weather, at 3 tons that's where we're going to bin that off, and then we're going to go get into Leon where the weather is much better and we can pretty much assure ourselves of landing there. Right, we're going to be flying over Geneva as well in a moment, so get a nice view from the Alps. Just check what we've got. Time should be in around half an hour, all being well. So yeah, that's our brief. Remember, when we start the descent, no lower than flight 130, and then approach control are going to pick us up. Right, and brief. That's the brief done. We'll see what the weather's like when we get there. I recall as well as we were doing that brief, the winds had changed from earlier, so let's just go in and change those. So what are the winds now according to the latest METAR? It's now 020 at 5. Yeah, so not tailwind anymore. So VATNavi is 138 and we're still doing a config 3. No, we're not. We're doing a config 4 landing. We decided to go for the slower approach because of the wet runway conditions. You can see those build-ups actually. Just starting as we head over the Alps, you can see how the isolated embedded cumulonimbus clouds are starting to pull through. So you don't often see thunderstorms and lightning strikes in the simulator when using live weather. Not in this part of the world, anyway. Right, guys, I'm back on the chat with you guys. So, whilst we've done all that, apologies if I've missed anything. Company message, what's that? It's probably just up shouting at us for being late. Yeah. Late for 1 minute, sod off. Truck driver's fault. So a big shout out as well, guys, to those of you who have joined us on Twitch from Jamie's stream. Thank you as well for those of you that have followed. I really do appreciate that. Just got to keep an eye out as well. We've got a bit of traffic behind us. I think they're going to the same place as us. Although they might not be. Ah, is that approach control? Yes. Excellent. So he's imagine this is a little ACARS message. We're going to fly direct to Tango Oscar Papa. Expect RS Zulu 36 via the Tango Oscar Papa. Call is leaving flight level 240, flight level 210. 8 information. Charlie, talk soon. Fantastic. Right. So. Where the hell is TOP? Okay, so we are going to fly direct to TOP, which is essentially that's Ferret 1 Alpha. So let's just pop that in. Flight plan. Arrival. Change the start. It's the one right at the bottom, isn't it? Copy the active. And we'll might as well then do something I want. So top of descent is there. Let me just check any constraints on here. So once we have left Okumo, we can get down below 6,000. Flight level 130 and then 6,000 at Okumo. Perfect. And we're pretty much in a moment we're going to go direct to TOP anyway, so that's fine. Top descent is in what? In about 20-25 miles, and we've got Mont Blanc ahead of us, and Geneva is beneath us. Oh, there she is. There's Lake Geneva. There's Geneva Airport. Some great scenery from Red Wing for Geneva Airport.
Ladies and gentlemen, take full advantage of your tax-free allowances today and make some amazing savings with our boutique range. In your in-flight brochure, you'll find details of our award-winning selection of gifts, most with massive discounts, some of which are exclusive to you as an Easyjet customer. Make the most of your opportunity to shop and save from the comfort of your seat. If you'd like to see any products, have any questions, or would like to make great savings, then just ask us as we join you in the cabin shortly.
Right, so on the way down we've got gorgeous views. Sadly, most of it is going to be spent in the flight deck while we manage the descent. Hey, Mad Max pilot. Hope you're well. So passing Mont Blanc, next waypoint for us in the MSA is... It's actually a little bit higher, isn't it? So let's just wind that up 1.8. It'll be fine, but better safe than sorry. Alexander, have you already touched down? Have you already landed, mates? Are you okay? I mean, that's good. A nice pilot report there. It's just what we want. Okay, let's get on approach frequency, which is 12927. Oh, bloody hell, come on. 12927. I do find the fly-by-wire easy to control things. Their click spots are a lot better. Mad Max pilot, yeah, it's going well. We're on our way down over the Alps. Aircraft's behaving. Let's hope the weather behaves as well. What on earth is going on the YouTube chat? I'm not praying to God. Goodbye. Hey Gav190, the weather engine, it's just default. It's Microsoft Flight Simulators. Right, we're going to call ATC then in a moment. Actually wants us to down to flight level 21, so let's go set that. That's fine. We're nicely below the profile now, so let's just pop that into manage descent and we'll get down a little slower. Torino approach, good afternoon, Easy 34 Alpha Mike is passing flight level 240, flight level 210, currently on the Verad 1 Alpha, and we'll go now direct Tango Oscar Papa.
Ciao, Easy 34 Alpha Mike, squawk 4764.
4764 the squawk, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Torino Director, Easy 383 with you, passing level 260.
Easy 383, ciao, squawk code 1000.
1000, Easy 383.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, identified, expect the ILS Zulu approach, runway 36, descent flight level 180 with information Charlie.
Expect ILS approach, runway 36 Zulu and descent flight level 180, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, confirm information Charlie.
And we have information Charlie, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 383 identified, expect ILS Zulu approach, runway 36, descent flight level 220.
Ooh, bit of a sim stutter just there.
383. Torino approach.
Charlie, passing flight level 240.
We're inbound for right for flight level 250. We're also expecting ILS Zulu 36 by the Verad 1 Alpha arrival.
Easy 19 Lima, Torino.
Easy 19 at Lima,
Flight
Torino.
level 220 with information Charlie.
Rosalind,
19 at Lima, Torino.
on Twitch, last night you were dumb, you didn't have enough fuel for all the holds.
Easy 19 at Lima, Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, Easy 19 Lima.
Mad Max,
75 Charlie Echo,
Mad Max Pilot, we're on
identified.
the
Expect to be ILS
well,
Zulu approach
we're not on
runway
any star now.
36.
We're just going direct
Descent
to
level
a
210,
waypoint which
information
ATC has given us. But it was it's very similar to the 1 Alpha, Feral 1 Alpha arrival.
East 75 Charlie Echo. Spec runway 36 Zulu. East 75 Charlie Echo.
Easy 19 at Lima, identified, descend flight level 200, expect to see ILS Zulu approach, runway 36.
Time to get the ice on.
7 flight level 200, ILS 3036, information Charlie, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 383, speed 250.
Speed 240, Easy 383.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, speed 260.
Speed 260, easy 3 for Alpha Mike.
Easy 19 at Lima, speed 250.
Speed 250, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, speed 240.
240 75 Charlie Echo.
Right, while we're in
Easy 34
descent
Alpha
mode,
Mike, descent flight level 110.
descent flight level 110, easy 3 for Alpha Mike. Right, so just pop that in. Thrust idle got open, descent 110 blue.
Easy fly direct, Tango Oscar Papa.
Turbulence.
Fly direct Tango Papa for Easy 383.
Confirm direct, Tango Oscar Papa, Easy 383.
Confirm direct Tango for Easy 383.
Easy 19 at Lima, descent flight level 180, direct Tango Oscar Papa.
Descent flight level 180, direct Tango Oscar Papa, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 383, descent flight level 170.
Descend 170, Easy 383.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, descent flight level 200.
Send it 200 East 75 Charlie Echo.
Got the rain clouds down there, a little rainbow as well a moment ago. Watch out for the thunder. Yeah, we've started the replay now as well, so we'll check out some of these views after we've touched down. That looks awesome. Oh, that village is getting wet. Very wet. Something like at the other side. Oh yeah. Right, nicely below the profile. This is good. That's what we want. It means we can bleed off that speed. Hey, Nick Burrows. Afternoon, Nick. How are you doing, sir?
Easy 383, descent flight level 140.
140 for Easy 383.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, descent 6,000 feet, QNH 1012. I'll call you back for speed reduction in a while.
Descent altitude 6,000 and QNH 1012, speed 34. Speedbird. Speedbird? Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Ah, it's all going wrong.
Easy 19 at Lima, descent flight level 110.
6,000 blue.
Descent flight level 110, Easy.
That's because I saw Nick getting
Easy 75
Speedbird in my
Echo,
head.
descent flight level 130.
I'm about to jet wash my aircraft, Nick.
75 Charlie Echo.
I secretly dream of flying with the national carriers. Which stream was it we had where Speedbirds were referred to as Speedburger? Someone definitely needs to make a virtual airline for that. Speedburger 34.
Easy 383 for sequencing, turn left by 10 degrees.
Legend Dark Fury, was that Milan?
383.
Can't wait till we've got some good scenery for Milan. Bergamo and Lenate's got it, but
Easy 75 Charlie
need
Echo
Malpensa
for
to get some.
sequencing left by 10 degrees.
By 10 degrees, East 75 Charlie Echo.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, correction, turn left on heading 0980.
Right.
Turning left.
India Tango
09,
Oscar Charlie is
0
identified.
degrees,
Approach
75 Charlie Echo.
phase is
Easy 34
activated.
Alpha Mike, descend 4,000 feet.
Send altitude 4,000 and keep the speed 260. Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Firm for the moment, yes. I'll call you back in a few miles for a speed reduction.
We'll go Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Right, landing lights on.
Easy 19 Lima, descend level 80.
Descend level 80, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 383, descend to...
Now just be aware, we're not being cleared anywhere after TOP, so hopefully he'll tell us to go somewhere in a moment.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, new QNH 1011.
1011, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, speed 220.
And reduce speed 220, Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
To become a Easyjet SIM pilot channel member, please contact a member of your cabin crew who will be happy to assist you. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed your flight.
Rock, yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, cleared for the ILS Zulu approach runway 36.
And clear for the ILS to approach runway 36. Easy 34 Alpha Mike. And Easy 34 Alpha Mike, just confirm, do you want to fly full procedure or can we now make a right-hand traffic pattern?
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, turn right on heading 270 for base.
270, right, Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Just be aware I wanted to speed 220, there is traffic behind us so we need to get that speed up. Let's start configuring though so we can lose altitude, so flaps 1, speed's checked. We need to get below 200 though before I can get the extra down. Let's just tidy up our flight plan.
Easy 33, speed 220.
So that's our extended runway centre line in there now.
Easy 19 Lima, fly present heading, vectoring for the ILS Zulu approach runway 36.
Fly present heading and expect vectors.
I'm going to need flaps 2 to have any chance of making this work. And Easy 34 Alpha Mike, request reduced speed.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, speed 210.
210 Easy 34 Mike, could we reduce below 200?
If you could maintain this speed for about 5 more miles, then you can reduce to 180.
We'll go Easy 34 Alpha Mike. Okay, let's just prep glide slope capture from above procedure if we need it.
Right 270 for base, easy 383.
Flaps 2, gear down, positive rate using VS, wind the altitude up. Can only do that when we've got lock star.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, descend flight level 110.
110, East 75 Charlie Echo.
A little bit of speed
Easy
breakage.
75 Charlie Echo, turn right, heading 170 downwind.
Turning right 170 downwind, East 75
Warm enough that we don't need those anymore.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, turn right on heading 330, speed 180, and cleared for the ILS Zulu approach runway 36.
Turning right to inset localizer now and can reduce speed 180, cleared the ILS runway 36 Easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 383, descend 5,000 feet.
Descend 5,000, easy 383.
Easy 19 Lima, speed 220.
Speed 220, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, descend 6,000 feet, QNH 1011.
6,000 feet, QNH 1011, East 75 Charlie Echo.
Might get wet yet coming in here. Yeah, so that was another good little reason just for situational awareness. I knew we needed to have 4,000 feet as we cross this line with this radius circle. That's 12 miles. 12 miles, 4,000 feet for the 3 degree ILS. That works.
Charlie Echo, speed 220.
220, 75 Charlie Echo.
Torino approach, good evening, Ryanair 88.
That looks interesting.
And 502 in Torino, ready to copy factory.
Call you back shortly, Ryanair 88 Yankee Alpha number 1. Easy 19 Lima, turn right, heading 270 base.
Right, heading 270 for base, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 383, descend 4,000 feet.
Descend 4,000, Easy 383.
Right, here comes the glide slope. What we got with
Easy
winds?
34 Alpha Mike, speed 160 until 5 DME.
160 till 5 DME, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Flaps 2, speeds checked. Flaps 2.
Easy 19 Lima, descend 5,000 feet, the QNH 1011.
Descend 5,000, QNH 1011.
No thanks, 2411, they are not flat rings, they are situational awareness rings.
And turn approach, this is Peggy 1331.
Tell you what they are, they're altitude
requesting
rings.
IFR clearance to Gatwick via the Kukev 7 Lima departure. We
Glide slope, star, missed approach 4,000 feet.
Peggy 1331, ciao, number 2 for clearance.
Just remember, if we need to go around, then it's a right-hand turn almost immediately at 2 miles from CSL,
turn right,
just here.
330, cleared ILS Zulu approach, runway 36.
Right, 330, cleared ILS approach runway 36 for Easy 383.
Easy 383, speed 200.
Speed 200 for Easy 383.
Blind open. You now need to be seated with your seatbelt fastened, ready for landing. Please help us by handing in any rubbish, newspapers, or magazines.
Still can't see the runway.
Lima, descend now to 5,000 feet.
8 miles to go.
2,500.
Turn 5,000, Easy 19 there.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, 7 miles to run, yard number 1, confirm established.
Established runway 36, easy 34 Alpha Mike.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, roger, wind 350 degrees, 11 knots, runway 36, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 36, easy 34 Alpha Mike. Love the football stadium down there.
Speed 200.
Speed 200.
And we're now getting wet. Yeah. Still, at least the aircraft will be clean.
Easy 19 Lima, turn right, heading 330.
Right, heading 330, Easy 19 Lima.
Almost looks like a layer of haze above the airport, doesn't it?
75 Charlie Echo, speed 210.
210, 75 Charlie Echo.
Still haven't got the runway in sight.
Ryanair 88 Yankee Alpha, Torino, clearance.
Right, that's 5 miles. So let's manage the speed, gear down. Spoils armed, flaps 3. Speeds checked, flaps 3.
5 Alpha departure, Abesi 6 miles transition, 5,000 feet, 5403.
And flaps full.
It is Yankee Alpha, get to commerce 5, runway 26, Sierra 5, Alpha, AB 5.
Landing checklist, cam secured, ground altitudes 4,000 feet, ICAM landing no blue. Kivo, this sim just looks amazing, doesn't it? Right, I think we can just see that runway.
5403 in the box, 88 Alpha.
Ryanair 88 Yankee Alpha, correct. Easy 75 Charlie Echo, turn right, heading 270 base.
1,000. Turning right 270 degrees, 75 Charlie Echo.
Just see that wind, a bit bumpy. I've just added 5 to VAP.
Cleared ILS Zulu approach, runway 36.
What?
Easy 19 Lima, descend 4,000 feet, cleared ILS.
Oh, we're waving all over the place. But we can see the airport, so let's go with it.
Easy 383, speed 180.
What about self-hive control?
7 DME.
180 until 7 DME, Easy 383.
Follow the pappies and the glide slope. Remember, it's a 60-metre wide runway, so you get that false visual perception. I'm just going to stick with it.
Easy 75
Stable.
Charlie Echo, turn right, heading 330.
Turning right 330, East Empire Charlie Echo.
Pappies and glide slope disagreeing tremendously.
100 above.
Picture looks okay, forget the Pappies.
CG 1441, Torino clearance.
30.
Hello?
20. Retard.
CG 1331, clear to Gatwick via the Sirlo 5 Alpha departure, Kukev 9 November transition, runway 36, initially 5000.
Ooh, a little crosswind D crab, left wheels down first, nice. So we're supposed to play reverse green.
Alright, this is, we are cleared to Gatwick via
Manual brakes.
Sierra, what, the 5 Alpha, but what's the waypoint?
It's Sirlo, Sierra India, Romeo, Lima, Oscar.
Sierra, India, Romeo, Lima, Oscar, 5 Alpha departure, and then direct to Kukev. Squawk is 5404, initial climb is 7,000 feet with a transition level of 750.
Calls or internet access.
Easy 1331, call you back shortly. Easy 19 Lima, speed 180.
Personal belongings with
Easy
you.
180,
Checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, confirm runway vacated.
Runway vacated.
Smoking
Easy
is
34
not
Mike.
permitted until you reach a
Easy 33, wind 350 degrees, 11 knots, runway 36, clear to land.
First land, runway 36, Easy 33.
Easy 34 Alpha Mike, taxi Yankee, November Mike, stand 103.
And destination information.
Yankee November Mike, stand 103, Easy 34 Mike.
Twitter or Easyjet app.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, descend 5,000 feet.
Right, where are we going?
3,000 feet was that?
103 did he say?
Negative, 5.
So Yankee November Mike 103. So that's our first
Lima,
right.
10 miles to run. The preceding traffic is a medium on short final, 7 miles in front. Confirm established.
Confirm established, Easy 19
What did the highly unreliable touchdown rate monitor give that landing then?
160.5 GME, Easy 19.
CG 1331, confirm the Sirlo 5 Alpha departure, Kukev 9
Oops, missed.
November
Try
transition,
again.
and initial altitude will be 5,000 feet.
Yeah, we saw your message, so it's...
415?
That's what we got now.
No chance.
CG 1331, Roger, is the correct.
Oh, we've got to go around.
Direct Easy 33 going around.
Easy 33, Roger, follow the standard missed approach, and what's the reason for the go round?
Flat failure, so we were coming in too quickly for landing.
Okay, Roger.
Yeah, so just to the current, confirm that's...
So yeah, 413, 415. Yeah, that's a hard landing. Well, not hard enough to break your aeroplane. Hard enough to annoy the cabin crew sat at the back of the
Easy
airplane.
19 Lima, wind 350 degrees, 11
We'll see what the runway.
knots,
We'll see what the
clear to
replay
land.
looks like. Always looks better in the replay.
Easy 383, climb to 6,000 feet.
Climb 6,000, Easy 33.
Ferez, celebrating 3 months of channel membership. Thank you, Ferez.
No problem, turn right.
Great to have you on board again today.
130 vectoring for the ILS Zulu approach.
Hey, Ryan Videos 94. How you doing, mate?
Yep, right, 130 for Easy 33 and climb 6,000, thanks.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, descend 4,000 feet, clear the ILS Zulu approach runway 36.
I'll do my best not to take this Ryanair's wing off as I come in.
4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach, Zulu 360, 75 Charlie.
You'll only get a load 15 report printed out if you're touching down around, you know, 550, 600 and above.
72, go ahead.
Then you're probably going to need the mechanics to come and check things over.
Initially 5,000 feet, squawk 5405.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm good, thank you. Good to have you. Good to have you here, mate. No, I've definitely done worse touchdowns than that. Particularly worse crosswind touchdowns than that.
Transition, Lagen, 9th November.
Oh, can anyone hear the first officer? He didn't like that touchdown either. Where are we going? Stand 103, aren't we?
And I expect to correct. Easy 75 Charlie Echo, speed 180.
Speed 180, 75 Charlie Echo.
Renner, correction, Easy 383, turn right on heading 180 for downwind.
Right, 180, Easy 383.
Right, it's been 3 minutes.
Easy 75 Charlie
So,
Echo, 11 miles
engine number 2 shut down.
Medium, 9 miles in front, confirm established.
And, oh, wrong one.
Confirm established, 36 Zulu.
Don't turn off the
Easy 75
generators.
Charlie Echo, Roger, speed 160
Or the pumps.
until 5 DME.
160 to 5 DME, 75 Charlie Echo.
Durant approche, Air France 322, buongiorno, request clearance to...
This little airport's rather busy today, don't we think? Danny D on Twitch says the landing didn't look that bad from there. I'm with you.
Departure, Ixusa 9 Lima transition. Initially 5,000 feet, squawk code 5406.
Stand 103.
Biggie 1321, ready for push start.
102.
Biggie 1331, approved facing south, VQNH 1011.
And
QNH is
103.
1011 and face south.
I haven't got GSX set up, but that doesn't matter because we're going to... we're going to have a look at the replay in a moment.
Air France 322 Torino. Air France 322 Torino.
I think my tablet's about to die. I've got
V19 Lima,
18%.
taxi Yankee, November, hold short of Mike, expect stand 102.
Taxi Yankee November, hold short Mike, expect stand 102, Easy 19 Lima.
Easy 75 Charlie Echo, wind 350 degrees, 11 knots, runway 36, clear to land.
Clear to land, 75 Charlie Echo.
Ryanair 88 Yankee Alpha, push and start approved, facing south, QNH 1011.
Oh, there we go, job done. So let's just come off of VATSIM. Thanks to everyone who flew alongside us today. Yeah, just get rid of that. So that's VATSIM gone. Let's get rid of self-loading cargo. That's gone. Let's check out the replay and see if that landing looked actually as bad as the monitor said. So a whole host of alarms are about to go off at me in a minute. Let's see what this looked like. Oh, that was quite a nice afternoon flight though. The weather, no thunderstorms, but the clouds I thought, with the cumulonimbus and the rain and that, I thought that actually was pretty accurate, to be honest. Tata don't mind my least favourite airline. Wow. I mean, the obvious answer is Ryanair, right? Michael, great to have you on board, mate. Hope you enjoyed that. Mattville says at his local airport at Exeter, a 737-400 was coming in, written off after a very hard landing. According to the flight data recorder, the descent rate at touchdown was 1,440 feet per minute. 1,440 feet per minute. Ouch. Yep. That'd wreck it. Was it a Ryanair aircraft? Tad boy, I've been a little bit busy, mate, just as we're coming in. It's during the cruise is the best time to ask questions like that. That's never been 400. Something about that runway texture doesn't look quite right to me. Looks a bit weird, that one. Okay, let me just check out from the other side. This airport, this area of photogrammetry scenery looked like it. See how the buildings aren't all perfectly loaded in. So I think this side of the aircraft might have touched down first. Centre line, touchdown zone. Happy with that. No, Alex, love the truck on the ground randomly driving through the buildings. Yeah. Bit of an immersion killer. Go on then, I know you all want to see what it looked like from outside. Hang on then. Let's just find out where we touched down. Let me grab the camera. We'll go to our drone view. And see what this looks like. I might have rewound that a bit too far. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, definitely not the softest landing. I do love the fact as we were decrabbing though, we got one wing down before the other, which means that that aileron was definitely doing its job to hold that centre line. Nice. I will take that. I will quite happily take that. Right, guys. Well, whatever you're doing with the rest of your Wednesday, I hope you're in for a good evening. That's me done. Sadly, no time for a return flight today, but never mind. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us this afternoon. It's been a great 3 hours flying with you guys. Always love doing an afternoon flight. I love seeing the scenery, and of course we got some great cloud formations coming in to Torino as well. Huge thanks on YouTube as always for our Easyjet Simpilot channel members support, and for those of you who have sent through the super chats and donations, extra amazing stuff. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. Big shout out as well to all our Twitch viewers. Again, huge thanks to Jamie London Controller for the raid earlier on, and to all our new viewers on Twitch. Hope you have enjoyed our flight as we came into Torino. Stick with us, and hopefully you'll enjoy more upcoming streams and flights that we try to get in daily. Sadly, that doesn't always happen, but other than that, a huge thank you. If you are on your way out, please do us a huge favour and hit that like button on the stream. It does make a massive difference to the channel then on YouTube, as it just ticks all the boxes with the algorithms and does all sorts of other things that I'm not 100% familiar with. But yeah, thank you so much for your support, guys. And of course, our next live stream will be, as always, be advertised on Discord. So if you're not yet on our Discord server, make sure you go and get in there. I'm going to leave you with one final replay to see us out. Huge thanks, everyone. Whatever you're doing for the rest of this evening, hope you have a great Wednesday. Good night, everyone. Bye bye.
500.
Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Retard. 10, 5.